Hi everyone. Yes, Michael here back again. Once again, welcome guys to the KIS Coffee Co podcast. Oh, I don't know what's this episode. Probably looking at episode 5, 6. We did a lot of trial, so I'm lost in that number. Anyway, here we are doing this podcast right after. If you're hearing this, is right after the Lunar New Year. We just done the celebration here in Malaysia. It was 2 weeks of chaotic firecrackers, a lot of food, a lot of ang paos being given out and received by every people and community here in Malaysia. Anyway, ushering year, the year of the horse. I wish everyone a really prosperity year ahead, as well as great wealth and health to you and you and you. Right now, I'm right here at the cafe and I'm drinking this particular new coffee. Here we are. Well, if you are on our YouTube, you will definitely see this. We are drinking our new seasonal blend. We name it KELUARGA. Right, KELUARGA is the Malay word, stands for family. It's the seasonal coffee blend that we created for the upcoming Hari Raya Aidilfitri celebration. So here we are. Cheers, mate. Latte. Keluarga, let's dive into that. How did we came into the name of Keluarga? Keluarga blend, for those who didn't know, you might heard of this story, are friends that are close to KIS Coffee Co. or to me, my partner, Balloon, and Kenneth. Keluarga blend is actually our first, like KIS Coffee Co., okay? First ever product that was roasted by us, profiled by us, and also our good friend at Risen Coffee. Hey, got to give guy the shout out. Risen, as in Risen, Risen Coffee. The roaster and the owner is by the name of Fletcher. Thank you, Fletcher. So it was profiled and roasted by us together with Fletcher advising us on creating our own identity and our own interpretation through roasting on this particular product. Anyway, so it was created last year, 2025, around January, where we bought coffee beans and we decided to, you know what, let's start KIS Coffee Co. And what better way to launch the brand as well as the vision that we believe in at the upcoming Hari Raya. So 2025, the Hari Raya, if I'm not mistaken, was around April, uh, early or mid-April. So the Bulan Ramadan, which is the fasting month for all the Muslim and Islam, was around March. So Keluarga blend was out by end of February. It was the first product. Back then, it was a 4 coffee origin blend into one, and that would be, we have a Brazil, and then we have a Papua New Guinea, we have a Colombia, and then we also have a Indonesia Gayo Natural. No, sorry, it was 3 bean blend without the Colombia. So it was a 3 bean blend, 3 different country, and we decided to have that. One of the most memorable tasting experience that I received, or I can remember at least from last year, 2025 Keluarga, was it was a very rich coconut chocolate milk tasting note. I really love that. So it was the first product. When we launched it out, we have, I would say, we pitch it to our friends, let our friends to try, wholesale or even like cafe owners that are very close to us. So the target was, we set ourselves where when we launched Keluarga blend, we wanted at least to be able to sell, or I would say put it out, all right, advance, and we set a target of 100 kg. Right, so that was the targeted amount that we aim to achieve for the Keluarga. So our first, I would say, small win was we managed to achieve the 100 kg. Yay! Finger clap. All right. Thank you to all KIS Coffee Co. friends and family, and also relatives that supported us. Anyway, 100 kg we sold out in 2 weeks. Really appreciate all the friends that have supported us. So anyway, that was last year. We also served the Keluarga blend at KIS Coffee Co. first ever bar takeover. All right, I wasn't there because that back then I wasn't convenient. So it was my back then my partner Balloon and Kenneth and our senior barista Cairo, where three of them served the coffee at the International Coffee and Beverage Show (ICBS) happened at KLCC Convention Center last year around early April. So they decided to bring, or we decided to bring Keluarga blend and serve the community to let people try. So, and as well as we do a little bit of pop up serving the coffee at few different cafes. So that was a very nice, very nice. I love the experience of doing that. And this year, with the same intention and vision, where KIS Coffee Co is built and we believe in, and we wanted to build upon the values of community. So we decided, you know what, let's bring back Keluarga. All right, let's bring back Keluarga. You can some may call it Keluarga 2.0. So Keluarga is back for the second year. And Keluarga, why? Why Keluarga? So when we were figuring out that we know that we are going to have a product to launch or springboard the KIS Coffee Co branding and company at Hari Raya. We were browsing a lot of names, right? We were going through a lot of names. We try to pick different words, all right, that would represent the season of Hari Raya. So we came up with a lot, like for example, like Raya Blend, very boring names, right? Raya Blend, or even like you would name it Chocolatey Nutty, or even like Ketupat, right? There are so many different names that we were coming, and none of it felt relevant, and none of it have a very deep instilled value on us. So it was until only that this one day I was still brainstorming on names, right? This one day where I was scrolling social media, and then I bumped into a fashion company here in Malaysia. It's a local company, all right? And then they have this LED light box, okay? And they built a word on the LED light box, and the word was Keluarga. Hey, if you know, you know, all right? Let's shout out. Inspiration can come from anywhere. And when I saw the word, I was like, you know what? Yes, let's name it Keluarga Blend, right? And what better way to put it out, especially to have the word on as the Hari Raya signature product. Why? Because the word Keluarga in the Malay language, it means family. And if you look closely at the people or the community that celebrated, or indirectly, I would say co-current celebrate together, right? Especially here in Malaysia. Hari Raya Aidilfitri is where relatives and friends come together, okay, at a venue and seek forgiveness from each other, as well as to appreciate each other's presence through bonding, through socials, and most important, through abundance of food. Malaysian, right? We like our food so much. We like to share culinary experience with friends and family that are close to us. So, Keluarga, right? And we want that spirit to embody in this particular product. Why? Because coffee, just like any other sensory, I would say, item or food, right, is where we can also use coffee to connect with each other. We can also use coffee to have a relationship with each other by sharing tasty flavors, appreciating each other. So, Keluarga, I love it. I've been saying Keluarga for so many times. Why? Because we really believe that coffee should be and can always be a medium to connect and also to bond with each other relationship. So, Hari Raya, right now we are in Malaysia, and of course in Malaysia we haven't reached the celebration day yet. All right, it's not the festival yet. Currently is the Ramadan month, which is the fasting month for all the Muslim. Selamat Ramadan to all the fellow Muslim friends that celebrate. I really wish you salam and also wish you sehat always. And of course, the Raya, by the time you listen to this podcast, it will be out around the same time. We're actually 2 weeks away to Hari Raya. So if you'd like to know more, KIS Coffee Co, we actually have this coffee on the espresso bar that we have. Come look for us. We are at Happy Garden in Kuala Lumpur. Search us on Google or Instagram. You can definitely find our address. Back to the thing. Keluarga, how the way we like to serve this? So we receive inquiries. We actually posted this on social media. And we received a few inquiries on how can we brew the coffee that best present this coffee, and also how to best taste this particular coffee. So over here, I'm drinking a flat white, my usual go-to coffees, milk coffee in the morning, definitely. I always brew my espresso with a 1-to-1 ratio, all right? I will average use about 18 grams of coffee grounds, and I will extract close to 20 grams of espresso liquid in about 25 to 30 seconds. That will be my usual dialing in recipe for a slightly medium or medium dark roast. So, but for Keluarga, the ratio or the dialing in process will be slightly different. Over here at KIS Coffee Co, from our QC as well as our process, all right, of trying this coffee, we felt and we decided and we would recommend that the ideal calibration, or recipe for this particular coffee, if you like to serve it on espresso or even on milk, would be, we would recommend 18.5, all right? Use 18.5 grams of coffee grounds and extracting close to 29 to 33 grams of espresso liquid, all right? So that would give you a 1 to 1.5 ratio in about 25 to 30 seconds. So considering that would be comparing to what I usually drink, this will be a slightly bigger shot. All right, it's a bigger shot than what I usually like to have it in my coffee. So doing this recipe, it will give you flavor notes of brown sugar, as well gula melaka, all right, chocolate, and a hint of floral aroma. Why? This particular coffee is a combination of 3 countries, all right, same 3 countries, but, all right, comparing to the 2025 version, this one is a combination of Brazil, Colombia, and Indonesia Gayo Natural. So that hints of floral notes comes from the Indonesia Gayo Natural. A really, really nice coffee that felt really gives you a what a Hari Raya season would be, which is sweet, nice, medium body, very balanced, very syrupy and sticky on the palate, good for both black and milk. Come over, give it a try if you like, or better yet, you can head to some of the cafes that are serving this. One of the cafe I would like to give a shout out to Suka, as in SUCA, Suka Urban Sip, URBANSIP. Suka Urban Sip is serving Keluarga blend on their espresso grinder and creating mocktail beverages from this coffee as well. Versatile is what I can say. So we have the Keluarga. We know where is it from. We know what best to drink with this coffee. How does it taste like? We know a little bit about the story as well. So moving forward, if you ask me, how long Keluarga blend would be in the KIS Coffee rotation of coffee beans? I'm looking at 1 month. So it will be available until mid-April. I would say the latest, mid-April. So by mid-April, we will have another new product coming. So don't forget to quickly make your purchase. Haha! First come, first serve basis, my friend. Here we are. So right now, as we move into Hari Raya, I would like to just remind everyone that, of course, you may see there's a lot of changes in the coffee community, especially as of late, right? F&B industry is quite a challenging industry. Okay, I don't know. Do you guys see the news where there are large company, like I'm talking about large as in big F&B companies, right? They have thousands of outlets. They are starting to move into what we call the bazaar. All right, bazaar is like a market. All right, a market here in Malaysia, where at a certain time the Muslim, all right, will put some booth. Okay, have a booth, and then they will put in a dedicated space that is provided by the city council, and then they will curate different food products, beverage product for people to purchase. And then once you purchase, you got back and you're ready for prayer and what we call buka puasa, which is now is the official time to, you can consume your beverage, all right, food and water for the Muslim community. So with that being said, you will notice that, in especially if you are in Malaysia, there's a lot of big companies that are slowly going into this environment, all right, where they themselves have thousands or even hundreds of outlets, but they are also putting themselves into this kind of a market situation. Again, I read the social media. There's a lot of news. There's a lot of feedback, right? There's a lot of sentimental, I would say, comment on the situation. Again, the moral of the story is doing food and beverage is very challenging. Okay, and I would like to highly encourage everyone, especially if you are an F&B operator, is number one. Okay, we are now living in the age of branding. Okay, where what we call IP. All right, build your brand on being authentic. Some people may say, like, yes, aesthetic can contribute to being authentic. Some like to focus on aesthetic of the cafe, of the brand, all right, on social media. They like to build aesthetic shots or pictures to showcase their product, right? Then again, those are not authentic, because ultimately we need to ask ourselves is, as an F&B operator, what makes you stand out among all the other operators that are serving the same direction or even the menu that you have? Okay, so like example, if you are a coffee operator in your community, you must always, as an operator, you must always remind yourself, right, what sets you apart, that people would drive all the way to come and have your experience, to come and dine into your business. Okay, that is a question that I truly believe, if you can answer that yourself, all right, by using the five senses. I like to use five senses, the human five senses. What are the human five senses? You have the taste, you have the nose, you have the hearing, and you have the sight, and you have touch. Okay, all five senses combined. Example, when a customer comes into your shop, right, how as an operator you want them to see your shop? That's number one. And how do you want them to hear? What kind of music or what kind of sound that you want them to experience? So the choice of music and playlists. Okay, and then third, the taste. Okay, the taste. What kind of product, all right, that you want them to experience? You want them to try Asian fusion, or you want them to try Western, or you want to try local? There are many different sensory aspects of it. And fourth, all right, what do you want them, okay, to touch? How is it feels like to hold your cup? How is it feels like when they open the door to go into the restroom? How is it feels like when they touch your takeaway cup, or they even communicate with you? So five senses. Use all your five senses to engage with your audience, and that will set you apart. Why? Because everybody is different, right? We know that humans are all different. So how can you stand out is where you intentionally grow what you like and you put it out to people to see. Of course, no one is perfect. We, as an operator, is a learning journey. It's a learning journey where trial and error, all right? You try out different color tone. You try out different music playlists. You try out different sensory experience, from touch to hear to even see sight. what are the things that you can make it better. So again, when it comes to the food bazaar issue, I felt that there's a lot of people are arguing or saying that this big guys is coming in, it's very challenging. Yes, if you don't have a branding identity, then it's challenging to compete with the big boys, right? So being authentic as an operator is super crucial because that will provide you the direction on what sets you apart and how can you move forward, or even at least create your own niche community where people can identify that you are different to the big boys. All right, so that would be number one. Is I would definitely recommend, as we ushering the year of the horse 2026, all right, that focus on building your branding language, your branding identity. Even though you are small, some people say, oh, these are all the big marketing boys, that is what they would do, that is their language. No, it applies to as long as you are a business operator, not even as a business operator, even if you are a barista, build your own identity in a sense that, look, what makes you, this barista, different to other barista, right? What sets you apart than other barista? Why people should pay you more than other barista? So every barista should understand their strength, okay, their advantages, as well as what they are good at, because every barista has their own strength. So by focusing on that, it will give you, a good head start, as well as a leverage point that you can stand out in this competitive economy and industry. So with that being said, come back again, which is to Keluarga Blend. It's available right here in KIS Coffee Co. And of course on social media and KIS Coffee Co. on our Instagram and also on Facebook. If you'd like to know more information, do reach out to us. It's available and our team will guide you any way we can. I'm Michael. Thank you guys. And also I wish everyone a good day and keep staying awesome. I'll see you when I see you. Ciao.